You know the saying, play by the rules. But what if you didn't even know there was a game, let alone what the rules were? Because that's what it feels like right now, doesn't it? Everyone's talking about online business, digital tools, passive income, and of course, AI. And you're standing there thinking, who handed out instructions to this game? Hi, I'm Tracy, and you're not behind. You just never were shown how any of this works. You're following what was taught because we grew up during a time when most of us were taught to think in terms of physical world. If you wanted to teach, that meant a classroom. You sell something, you own a store or a table at a market. You want funding, then that means a grant application or a bank loan. But that's offline logic. And the world doesn't really work like that anymore. Because now people are building entire careers online, getting paid to teach what they know online, reaching thousands without ever leaving their home. And they're not more talented than you. They've just learned the new rules. Because there's this digital layer sitting on top of everything you know. And once you tap into it, it changes what's possible. I like to call this the Star Trek moment, because suddenly the stuff that once felt science fiction isn't. And once you step into it, you don't go back. Now, a lot of us still like to read things through. So if you want to go deeper, I do have a resource in the video description. So grab it from the link below. But here's how it works. There are 3 ways your knowledge or project can grow once you bring it online. And the first is access. You don't have to figure everything out by yourself anymore. But most people don't realize what kind of help is actually out there because they've been doing it in the way they were taught. Build it all by yourself. Don't ask questions. Do it from scratch. Wait for someone to notice. And when you can't figure out, I don't know, I think you just start buying more tools. But that's not what you want. You need someone to show you what to use and when. And those people are online. The online world gives you access to tools, communities, and collaborators that can help you move faster and smarter, whether you're writing a book, building a program, launching a business. But you only find them once you step into the digital space. The second thing is it can bring you income. What you know is valuable. And when you know how to package it without trying to be an influencer or doing anything that feels inauthentic, it absolutely can become an income stream. And if you're over 50, that's awesome to have that extra income stream. You could teach others what you learned, offer a service based on your experience, create a product or resource that solves a problem you've already solved in your own life. Like I said, it's not about being famous. You're just going to be findable. And the third thing is expansion. Everything you're doing offline, every conversation, every idea, every connection can go 10, 100,000 times further when you bring it online. You are no longer limited to who's in the room or who you happen to know. Now you can connect with people across the country, across the world. And these are people who are looking for exactly what you bring to the table, whether it's knowledge, creativity, experience, or just a different way of thinking. And that's when things start to multiply. Now, most people don't realize this because no one's ever showed them the connection. They keep just doing what they're taught in a world that's changed around them. Now, you're probably saying, hey, Tracy, what about that other saying? Well, if it sounds too good to be true, it probably is. That's one I was taught to, and I get it. Because when you see people online claiming success, whatever type of success, your instinct isn't curiosity, it's caution. And it's usually because when you do go searching for answers, what comes back feels kind of scammy and gimmicky. Like there's the over-polished 7-figure, marketing bros or girlies promising 1 hour a month of work and, millions of dollars a week. Or you have those like vague follow your passion advice that doesn't really help. So you tune out, and who can blame you? But there is another way. It works. It's simpler than you've been led to believe. And it doesn't require you to be someone else or someone you're not. Here's what it actually allows you to do: access and support, tap into tools, tech, and people who can help. And those people who can help are a lot closer than you think. Back in the day, if you wanted to get in touch with anyone outside of your circle, it was really hard. And just think of the celebrities, like when you were a teen and you were part of a fan club and have to write something to them, and maybe they send some generic form letter back. Those days are gone. You are so close to reaching the person you want to speak to. It is just a click or two away. Income, package your wares, whether it's knowledge, a product, or a service, into something that people will pay for. And again, expansion, reach more people in one day that you might in a year offline. And none of this requires you to change who you are. It just requires you to stop assuming the digital world is off limits. Here's what I see all the time. Someone I know who's smart, capable, creative, is working on something meaningful. It could be a passion project, a product idea that's been rattling in the back of their mind forever, or maybe it's something for the community. And they're doing it the way they always do it, manually, from scratch, no help, the hard way. They haven't made the connection yet that what they're doing could live and grow online. And it's not just to post about it, but to find collaborators, attract funding, build an audience, get paid. They're still applying offline logic in an online world. And no one's told them, hey, you are allowed to use these tools. They're not just for influencers or marketers. They're for you. Yep, for you. So, is digital marketing fake? No. Digital marketing is real. Can you make money online? Yes. Can you meet the people who can actually help move you forward? Yes. And are you probably skeptical? Yes. Because we didn't grow up with this. We weren't raised to think this way. Do you remember when buying something online felt super risky? Everyone, like if you bought something online, your friends, your family, they all warned you not to put your credit card into some website because you were going to get scammed. And we're just like, oh, here we go. And hopefully the money has not just gone off in the void, that we're actually going to get that package. Well, look at us now. We buy everything online. We have apps for our banking. We track packages from our phones. And that same shift, it's happened with business, with education, and with knowledge sharing. And if you haven't seen it yet, it's not because it's not real. It's just because no one showed you in a way that felt relevant. So is it easy? No, it's not always easy, but it's simple. And just like anything worth doing, we know it takes time and effort, regardless of the tools or whether you're using AI. Those things support what you're doing. So if this sounds like you, if you've been nodding along thinking, wait, I've never looked at it like this before, that's not by accident. Remember, you're not late, you're not behind, you just haven't had someone walk you through the new rules. If that clicked, you'll love my next video. So make sure to watch it, and thank you for watching.